We're excited to bring you another special Minisode today. And tonight, our guest, or early morning, depending on where you are in the world, our guest is one of our co-founders, Ashley New, and her mother, Anna Poe. Yay! We're so excited to have you here. So later on this week, on Sunday, it's Mother's Day, which we're celebrating in Australia, the United States, and a couple other countries around the world. Some countries like the UK have already celebrated their mothers this year. But what we were really interested in is talking about how important mothers are in dealing with diabetes. And, even if it's not your mother, but having someone around to be that support system for you. So we're going to talk a little bit about Ashley and Anna's experience. And we're going to start off with Ashley. Why don't you introduce your mom to us? Tell us a little bit about her.
Sure. So this is my mom, Anna. She's been my mom since I was born and even before that. And she's been a really great support in my life all throughout. I think we've been through a lot together, and she's one of my best friends. So I think I'm lucky to have such an awesome mom, really.
Oh,
so,
thank you.
Yeah, and she cooks really awesome food, and all my friends know that. And yeah, really awesome food.
Yeah. All really awesome stuff. And Anna, why don't you introduce Ashley? What would you like to say about her?
She's fantastic. She's independent. She's lovely. She's always there for us when we are good or we are bad. Yeah. Good times, bad times. She's always there for us. Yeah.
She's pretty awesome. I agree. Well, let's start off, you guys, with, diagnosis with diabetes. And Ashley, your diagnosis with your type of diabetes was a little unusual. So could you maybe, walk us through that and, tell us about, how your mom was supporting you right at diagnosis. And then maybe we can, see how that maybe has changed to now.
Yeah, I think the whole initial diagnosis period was quite challenging because I was really scared to tell mum because I knew that she would feel guilty at some point because she would have thought that she'd passed it on to me. And the whole diagnosis was quite intimidating for me because you're being diagnosed with a chronic disease. It's like a condition that you'll live for the rest of your life. And so I didn't know how to cope with that. Eventually I did tell her. And she was really good about it. She was very supportive and straight out. She's like, how can we help you get through this? Would you like us to come with you to your appointments? And so I remember we all went to my first proper endo appointment at the hospital where I almost had a little meltdown when talking to the doctor. I didn't want to have fruits. I think that was a thing.
Yeah.
I hate fruits. And my mum was like, it's all right. Like,
I don't think she likes me to be there.
But, I think over time that role has just sort of taken a step back because she's seen that I can manage her. She's just there whenever I need her to be, which is always good. So it's good to know that there's support there and, she lets me explore different things. And yeah, that was it. Yeah.
One thing when you have a very independent daughter, it's better not to be there. It's better to sit back behind. And when she comes to you, she needs to cry or hug. You be there to give the hug and a tissue paper or whatever. Yeah, the kissy or get her anything her favorite to put it a surprise. After that, I'll just wrap it up in a present paper or little note, put it there, and she's happy.
Yeah.
It's better not to interfere.
We have a thing at home where we just buy each other little things from time to time, and it's usually like, snack foods or like something cute we've seen, or like we'll just drop it on their table. And it's a nice way to keep supporting each other. And it's good.
Oh, that's awesome, you guys. And I think, Ashley, first for context, could you let us know how old you were when you were diagnosed?
Oh, yeah. So I was 19 when I was diagnosed. So that's very different to, I guess, the traditional type 1 diagnosis. And the diagnosis was also quite different in that it wasn't a straightforward type 1 or type 2. So it did take a while for the doctors to say with confidence that I have diabetes. And even then they were still not quite sure. So I was initially diagnosed as type 2. So straight away, mum linked that with the family and, how like my grandfathers both had diabetes and things like that. So there was a bit of that guilt in there. But, over time, we sort of realized as the more we learned about diabetes and different types of diabetes, that it's not, not really, we couldn't have changed it, whether we'd known about it.
I very know that down the line, because I have a family history of diabetes, so down the line, I very know that someone will have it. But, when you have your own child has it, the first one to have it, you kind of think that, oh, why not me?
Yeah. That's a bit of heartache.
I was thinking, why not? Because I've gone through twice gestational where that is really not as bad as what she's going on, which is a long life kind of thing. So mine is kind of a temporary. I know how tedious and how painful it is to prick your fingers and everything. It's so painful and you really have to watch what you eat. Then some of your favorite food that you really can't eat and you just eat a little bit more, the sugar level just goes skyrocketing and you're so depressing. This is my favorite food I can't eat. I remember when she was diagnosed, she was like having this kind of like painful kind of journey where all her favorite food, she just sit there and stare at it. I can't eat this, I can't eat that. She's like,
I asked for sugar-free chocolate.
Yeah. And she was like, kind of like trying to starve herself because she knows that if I eat a little bit more, my sugar level will go high. Yeah, it's very heartaching when you see a child, her favorite food, her childhood food, and she can't eat it. It is really sad.
Yeah.
Sometimes I really want to sit down and cry.
No, it's okay.
It's like you try to feed the child, but the child can't eat this and the child can't eat that.
Yeah.
Then what can I do? I can't do anything.
It's gotten better though. I think the more we learn about it, and I feel like, we go through that learning process together and we sort of be more comfortable with the food.
Yeah, but it's good that she opened up herself to try things and try to modify. And I could see that she worked so hard on the exercise. That's really, really helps a lot. Yeah, you can see her when she was diagnosed and then she has to take the metformin and she was like balloon up. She looks like a bubble kind of thing, like a balloon when she really bloom up. You can see the photographs, there's a lot of difference. I said, oh my gosh, she worked so hard to get the bubble deflated. And now she's really in shape. I'm really proud of her. There's a lot of hard work. So exercise and eating right is really, really on the ball when you are on these chronic disease for life.
And Anna, what is something that you do to encourage Ashley to, keep doing that? Because it's so exhausting. Like, speaking from personal experience, my mom is a huge supporter of me, and I don't know, it must be exhausting to be the supporter, even if, as much as it is to be the person who's trying to manage diabetes. So what are some things that you like to do to encourage Ashley to keep going?
No, I just tell her be kind to herself when you're tired. You just have to give yourself a break. I never restrict her from eating anything. I say just go and eat whatever you want. You can eat cakes or whatever, just portion smaller. Yeah. Even if you just make a leak, that's good. I think it's the craving that you have to kill it. Yeah, you cannot just say that you don't eat it at all.
Yeah, and be kind to yourself. I wish I could take a poll of how many mothers say that to their kids, because my own mother says it to me. I know my friends' moms say it to them all the time. And you just said it just now. And it blows my mind how simple it is, but yet we really need to be reminded of that, especially with diabetes. It's so easy to beat yourself up,
Yeah. And I think something that also helps is that, mum knows that I have a lot of friends. As much as she's my mum, I have many other mother figures out there that look after me. She knows that I'm supported and well loved, which puts you a little bit at ease, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's good to know. I become on my own. I mean, friends plays a very important part as well. So that will bring the whole stuff. very much a wholesome person out
Holistic,
from the shell. Yeah, that's very important. I can't work alone. Yeah, so I have to thanks for all her friends that she has.
Well, I think the diabetes community, does that a lot, really, is, we remind each other to be nice to ourselves, and to treat ourselves the way that we treat each other when we're having a hard time. Because I've said before, when I think about how hard I am on myself, in terms of diabetes, like my friends would never treat me that way, whether or not they have diabetes also, it's like, that's not how you treat your friends. And we have to treat ourselves as well as we treat our friends,
Yeah. That's a really good way of saying it. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just think it's a great thing that, we have these really important support systems, both, in the diabetes online community and in our own families, to remind us of that. So thank you, Anna, on behalf of Ashley and me.
You're welcome.
for reminding us. It's easy to forget, to be nice.
Yeah, there's always small little things that we tend to forget.
Yeah.
But I feel very blessed that she's surrounded with very good support system around her. I'm very blessed. So I could still see a happy face. And she's still able to contribute her passion. Yeah, I'm very happy with that. She has a lot to give. She's very smart.
She does.
Too smart sometimes. Sometimes she's like my mom. Mom, don't do this. Mom, don't do that. Mom, don't do that. Sometimes I say, oh yeah, thanks, Mom.
But it's sort of our responsibility as the children to look after our parents, right?
Yeah, sometimes you gotta keep them on track, right, Ash? Gotta watch out for those moms. Yeah. So, would you guys talk a little bit about how, diabetes has, maybe affected your family a little bit, or have you had to change anything differently, that you were doing before Ashley's diagnosis? Or, have you been able to kind of incorporate it into your life, so to speak?
Well, I think we've made a lot of changes along the way, and there've been very small changes that we've sort of, talked about. And it's funny because Dad just gets thrown into the ride, and he doesn't really get a say in it because we do all the cooking. So anytime we sort of try different foods, he doesn't really have a choice. But it's really definitely around changing the way we eat, so having a lot more, vegetables around and putting a lot more fruit in the household. I still don't really eat fruit, but, it's certainly changed. And, definitely promoting the exercise as well. That's definitely been a big thing. So, encouraging us to go for walks and things. So we tend to do that.
Yeah.
That's some of the big changes.
Yeah, we work, I think, extra hard and on the way we eat compared to years before. And we are putting more effort in doing our exercise. But I always tell Ash, you have to listen to your body when whatever things that you're doing, even on the exercise. You cannot just go over the board just to keep yourself on that top level. There's times where you have to take a break and you have to rest. And sometimes I would say is that in a week, there's certain days that you are so strict to yourself what you have to eat, but you have to give yourself a break. There's one day break that you eat whatever you want
within reason,
just to kind of like reward yourself. The thing that you cannot eat, so you eat on that particular day, but don't eat too much, just eat a little bit. And then the next day go back to what you have to do again. So at least you don't miss out.
But I think in general our diet's been pretty good. Like we've changed we've just introduced a lot of different things and tried things
I think we are
like quinoa and couscous, and you're like, what is this little pearl thing? So it's been fun.
Now she has been cooking on the Sunday. It's pretty small. Sometimes we go pretty hungry.
He's hungry.
The truth is coming out.
I could see her dad after the dinner. He had to go and pinch some snacks to you.
Listen, my dad does that too. I think it might just be a dad thing of snacking after dinner. I think.
Sorry.
So do you guys have any stories you would like to share, maybe related to diabetes or to, you know, any support stories that you'd like to share with everybody who's watching?
Yeah, I think my favorite story would be the first couple of weeks where I started on my pump. And I was asking Mum, like, you know, do you want to see how I put the site in and stuff? So I use like a little inserter thing. And I was like, do you want to have a go? So, you know, I prepped everything up so that she could, you know, just click the buttons and it would insert it. But I had actually forgotten to take away the little strip so that the site would stick on my skin. So what happened was she clicked the little things to inject the site into me, but it didn't stick. So obviously it fell out and, you know, there was already like a site, like a little puncture from the needle, and it was just bleeding. And Mum completely freaked out. She's like, oh my gosh, what have I done? Have I like hurt you? Like, is everything okay? I was like, oh yeah, it's fine. She's never done it again.
Yeah. That was scary. That click is like, my heart clicks too. No, you're going, what? You're going? Then what's next?
That was my favorite story.
But it's really cool to see she has all the gadgets.
Yeah, the technology.
So every time when a new gadgets came in, oh, is that your new toy again?
Yeah.
And for anybody who's watching, if you guys want to share your stories in the comments, that would be great. We'd love to talk about them. And Anna actually likes our Facebook page, and she is an avid follower of all of our roundtables. So in addition to being a role model in many ways, that is yet another way where everyone can take after her and like the Beta Change Facebook page and comment on all our videos. That would be great. So Anna, what's it like following Ashley's advocacy journey and as she kind of gets more involved in the diabetes community?
Yeah, I learned a lot. It makes me read a lot as well. Read as she goes, and she educates me a lot. I learn a lot of new things.
And you like it when I travel and I bring back lots of goodies for the family.
Oh, yeah.
There's always a bonus, right?
Yeah.
I don't get that. You get that.
No, I bring stuff.
But it's really nice to see that she could see the world. I mean, without the diagnosis and without the journey that she has gone through, I don't think she's able to explore or, you know, have a wider groups of friends that really appreciate what she's doing. Yeah. So it's really nice. Appreciative is always good.
I think one thing that Mum really likes as well is that there's more people that I can bring home and that she can cook for. She loves cooking.
Bring it on.
The next time I'm in Melbourne, I will definitely take you out.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
No, that sounds great. Well, so Anna, one of my last questions for you is what sort of advice for support would you give other moms or other supporters of people who are living with diabetes? Like, what would you say to them, you know, if they were feeling like they weren't being helpful or if they just needed some new ideas to kind of support the person that they love that lives with diabetes?
What I would say is that, you know, give them more love, give them some space, give them more hugs. Yeah, I think giving them more space is important because sometimes they would like to be left alone to deal with it rather than we stand behind and keep asking them questions, which I think they know what the answer is. Yeah, but sometimes it's hard for me. I don't really understand what's going on. And I find that if I understand too much, I will stress myself out. And she sees that I'm stressed. She will stress even more. And when she's stressed even more, I guess the sugar level will be either going up or going down. Yeah. And she will start to figure out, what have I done? I think I've done everything right. but why is this kept going up and down?
Right.
Because emotion-wise, it really hits the sugar level. So I don't think I need to put that into her, which is really unnecessary. I want her to eat as much as the food that she likes. Food is more important because she is still growing. She's still growing.
Mum is all about the food. She's even got her own Facebook page. What's your Facebook page called?
Oh,
the Anna's Kitchen.
Anna's Kitchen.
Anna's Kitchen. Yeah. So if you want to follow her recipes and stuff, shoot, hook up. Check it out.
definitely.
Yeah.
I've heard so much about it already. I can't wait to do it. So I'm definitely going to follow it. Yeah.
That is fun.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you for sharing with us today. And I'm glad that, you're having fun and talking about everything and telling us some awesome stories. It definitely, it helps, I think, both people with diabetes and everybody who supports them to understand, a little bit of what it's like, seeing someone else do it can kind of help.
Yeah, absolutely.
To do it yourself.
Yeah. Hey, thanks, Katie.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Of course. Do you guys have any thoughts you'd like to share as we wrap up?
Final thoughts. I think it's difficult being a parent of someone with type 1, and I've definitely appreciated that along the way. So, to everyone who's looking after someone with diabetes, like, you're doing an incredible job being a support person, and thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Do you have any final thoughts?
Love them as much as you can.
I think that's an excellent final thought. That's great, Anna. Thank you. Well, thank you so much to you both. I really appreciate your taking the time to do our special Mother's Day Minisode. Anna, we'd love to have you back on. So if you're interested in doing cooking special, let us know. I would definitely like to feature you on another Minisode. So we'll chat about that a little bit later.
Thank you.
Thank you to everybody who tuned in to our live broadcast tonight. And over the next couple days leading up to Mother's Day, feel free to chime in with your stories. I'm sure Anna will be on our Facebook page, so if you have questions for her, you can leave them at the bottom of the video. And if you have any questions for us, feel free to reach out to the Beta Change Network. You can message us on Facebook or send us an email, and we look forward to hearing from you. Thanks, everybody. Thanks again, Ashley and Anna. Have a good night.
See ya.